Hi, Sander. How are you? And I think a good topic considering current circumstances. How do you avoid burnout before you feel burned out?
Well, that's a great question, Jill. There's a lot of information out there on burnout recently. Apparently, it's affecting a lot of people. One of the things I want to discuss with our audience today is something I'm personally involved in, and that is physician burnout. I'm involved with a study at the James Hansen Center on physician burnout. We're doing some research on it right now. But there was a very good story on physician burnout in the Wall Street Journal recently. And a lot of research was done there. We're using this research as well at the James Cancer Center. But it's interesting, Jill, to note that physicians between the ages of 40 and 54 experience a higher rate of burnout than older or younger doctors, according to the survey that was done of 15,000 MDs, who actually said the administrative tasks and work hours are the key drivers to their stress. And nearly half of the Generation X physicians who were surveyed said they felt totally burnt out, compared to 39% of baby boomers aged 55 to 73 and 38% of millennials aged 25 to 39. Interesting, roughly half of all the doctors surveyed also said they would be willing to take a substantial pay cut to achieve a better work-life balance. And of course, it comes down to the Obamacare Act, the Affordable Care Act, where they have to see twice as many patients to maintain the income they had before the Affordable Care Act. So that's one thing that we very, very interesting that's going on right now with MDs. And as we know, fewer people want to become physicians today because of the income issue and how hard they have to work. So that's the doctor's situation, which I thought would be interesting for our audience. So what does one do? How do you avoid it? And once you have it, what do you do? So one of the things is employers can offer a flexible work schedule to try and get this curb. One favorite example involves one online publishing company here in Manhattan that allows employees to telecommute 2 days a week. With employees living in the Brooklyn area or Jersey and all over the boroughs, the company policy saves employees hundreds of hours of commuting time and expense. It also enables them to have additional time for all of life's needs. So that's one thing that seemed to be working okay for this firm. Next idea is offer paid time off. Known as the PTO. So in other words, you offer PTO instead of a traditional paid sick leave, paid personal days, or paid vacation. A paid time off approach treats employees like adults who are capable of making decisions about how, when, and why to use the paid time off supplied by the employer. In the PTO system, neither employees or employees need to worry about accounting for how much time was spent off. It eliminates confusion and additional policies. Okay. Another idea is allow only limited carryover of the PTO into another calendar year. It has to be in this year. Model the work-life balance yourself as an employer. Some of the things that make you nuts, the tension you feel, and obviously it's the same kind of tension that you people have. So the action of the senior leaders are heard and observed by their employees. When a senior manager calls in for unimportant meetings while out of the office employees Um, how do you often get the message? It affects their personal choices for life and life balance. So those are a few things. Some more to discuss about the research that was done on how to avoid the burnouts. Take a vacation. Talk to your manager as soon as possible and take a break. Not a 5-minute break, not a couple of days at home. You need complete, total cutoff from work. So vacation, key. To find a release. Burnout can build, leading to pressure cooker of a lot of stress. And if you don't open that release valve from time to time, you're going to explode. Perhaps not literally, but you'll crack emotionally, have outbursts, and maybe do something that could hurt your career. Generally, physical activity is ideal for stress release. Some people, it's CrossFit or martial arts. For others, it's paintball, battle, soccer, racquetball. But these athletic activities help a lot with the stress you're under and avoid burnout. Okay. Some research. So take a break from alcohol and caffeine. A lot of people deal with the stresses and strains of hectic work life by turning to the bottle or dosing up on coffee, energy drinks, cigarettes, even food. And you'll notice many of the overweight people, Jill, have this issue. It's about eating more to relieve the stress. So although something as simple as caffeinated coffee could rob you of much-needed sleep and put an undue strain on your heart. Next, ask for different responsibilities if you're under the stress. Burnout in advertising agencies, can not only happen from overwork, but also from working on the same few clients for months at a time. As the old saying goes, a change is as good as a rest. So talk to your manager about some new responsibilities if you're in that area. Okay, this is important. Have heart-to-heart with somebody close. It's always good to go to, as we discussed in other shows, go to mentorship. Mentorship is very, very important. And, you can share your concerns with someone that you trust and hear feedback. If you can't find anyone to talk to, another option is to write a letter to the person or people who are adding to your burnout, such as your boss, coworker, or a client. Put down everything you want to say, but don't send it to them. Put it on a piece of paper. This is merely an exercise to get the frustrations off your chest. Next, find some ways to make work more fun or interesting. In advertising and design, exciting projects can alleviate some of your problems that come with an exhaustive work schedule. Next, work away from your desk. Work away from your desk. A change of sceneries can do you a world of good, even if you're still working 12 hours a day. 12 hours a day for every week. Most advertising agencies will let you work remotely from time to time, especially if you're looking for inspiration. So find a local coffee shop, museum, or park and do some work from there. And next, excuse me, see a doctor or a psychologist. Explain what's happening. Get written proof that you were unable to perform your duty to a satisfactory level due to your stress, burnout, and anxiety. Next, sleep. Very important. Get plenty of sleep, exercise, and eat well. Focus on 7.5 hours a day. Finally, if the burnout continues, if they're trying all these things, quit your job as a last resort. If the stress is too much, you may have to quit. For some people, it's a choice between quitting and finding a more reasonable way to earn a living, or persevering to the point of a breakdown. In that case, it's really no choice at all. You cannot afford to become so mentally and physically ill that you end up incapacitated. So find a way to quit. So that's a little bit about uh, this issue, which is affecting a lot of people now. The
And
stress is the heaviest now than I've seen in a long time.
and do you have a personal, since you've been around for a while, do you have a personal theory as to why people are no longer as adroit at creating a work-life balance as earlier on?
Yeah, well, like I've had 3 jobs all my life. Right?
Right.
Today, the young people, millennials, they're a company, and if they're not thrilled with the job, they'll leave in 6 months. So, a lot of the millennials I know, in the professional field, in 5 years, have had 6 different jobs. So
Right, but are they the ones who are suffering from stress the way that the people that they're abandoning mid sentence are, or
they
is that
call it
part?
stress. They call it stress. I don't.
Okay,
They're not happy, and they don't want to. They don't want to focus on some of the things that we've discussed. They just quit. That's it. Okay. Goodbye. I'm leaving. Boom. And but particularly if your folks have a lot of money, you're okay. You're living at home and to build the thing taken care of. But the burnout issue is something that not many people have focused on. I hope people listening to our show, uh, are able to pick up some of these ideas to avoid it and to help themselves if they're under stress right now.
thank you very much, Sander Flaum, Leader's Edge.